going home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go. I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? If you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my styling. Where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stands still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking, you're faking, girl. You never made a stop. I'm I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Did it die? Did it die? Did it die? Whatever you want, I'll be whatever you want. Just tell me you love me or not, whatever it costs. I know I'm talking a lot, there's something I gotta get off. Don't wanna be this no more, I don't wanna drink no more. Always gotta do the most, thinking that I'm insecure. Really should've listened more, but I don't, of course. I'm an asshole, I'm a good guy, I'm your best friend, I'm the worst type. Tell you everything that you heard right, just so I can fuck on the first night. Feel like I'm losing hope, running from coast to coast. I don't know where to go, this all I've ever known. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Did it die? Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Won't die. Did it die? Did it die? Did it die? My own think I'm perfect, I know I'm not. My mama be worried, I told her stop. They know I did drugs and think that I'm up. Little do they know I never could stop. My manager hate when I'm pulling up late. Back on my bullshit, she think it's a phase. I got relations I gotta maintain. I'm two different people, my side and my main. Yeah, I'm sober, I'm an addict, I'm a low life, I got habits, but I refuse to be average. Really so tired of acting, don't know what I miss no more. Too bad you don't hear me more. I'm bad when I get too bored. Careful what you wishing for. I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. No, did it die? Did it die? Did it die? I'm a stone cold killer, I'm a billionaire. I got my own gold digger. If I wasn't this way, I'd rather die. Did it die? Did it die? Did it die? When it hurts like this, we climb the greatest heights, jump down and hellfire.
Hello and welcome everyone to round number 4, season number 5 of the URC Undisputed Racing Championship. We are waiting for one more to get in, and then we are getting underway for full qualifying here in Canada, where we are today. A bit of a new intro, just trying something out. As Lewis has just entered hell, so we'll see if Lewis makes it through the entire race. If you disconnect, I'll try and send you an invite to see if you can get back. But yeah, welcome to Canada. I am back. I was in Gothenburg last week. Celebrated my own birthday. So yeah, we are reading up. Whilst that is happening, we'll go over driver's standings. They are, after round 3, Skills Dan in the lead. Once again, ahead of Gervo and Jonesy, the two Mercedes drivers. Johnson is P4, with Lewis and Spillage P5 and 6. With the constructor standings being Mercedes up at the top ahead of McLaren up top ahead of Mercedes. Alpha Tauri is in third. I did miss last race, as I said, was I was in Gothenburg watching Russell Howard, and I really enjoyed that. But I'm happy to be back watching this and bringing you guys the action. Just waiting for the final little bit. Here we are then, 18 minutes, Q1. We are a go. I'm gonna quickly see if I can find any no, I can't find any. Wasn't Mexico that I missed? Whilst I'm trying to figure out that, let's watch Spectic on their outlap for Ferrari. Yeah, it must have been Mexico that I missed. No, I missed China. I honestly don't know. No, I missed the United States. That's the one. I missed the United States, so no race results for me to go through. So yeah, this is round 5, not round 4. The title is wrong, and I'm sorry about that. I thought it was. But anyways, I can change that afterwards. Spectic starting their lap and invalidating straight away. So easy to do. So we'll go on board with Brenty through the first chicane, doesn't invalidate, and that is so crucial. It's gonna be very, very big thing to keep your nose clean today and not get any track limit penalties, or rather as few as possible. But here we see them Brenty going through the 180-degree corner. Now it's just a drag race, opening the big letterbox at the back, and now a very tricky corner with track limits, but absolutely nails it, and Brenty comes across for a 1:10.5. Kleppy a 1:10.9. Icommons comes through for a 1:11.2, and Olsen comes to start their lap. Foskett He's going on the long straight. That Uzuri as Gronfeld. 1:10.1. A very quick lap time from Gronfeld. Foskett comes over the line for 1:10.7. Lewis the Beaker with a 1:23. So I doubt that is a lap time. Jedvo with a 1:09.7. That's a bit better. We go on board with Street, who is coming through the hairpin now. Street, the only driver on the mediums so far. We have a couple of drivers still in the pits. He can't change their compound. Street now aborting and going again, so we will go on board with Panda. Street sets at 1:21. Zuri has done a 1:13. Kleppy did a 1:10.9. Spillage a 1:10.8. Foskett a 1:10.7. Cummins 1:10 quicker, 1:10.6. Panda with a 1:10.9. Just ahead of Kleppy. And Giffy Boy goes P8 on 2 level tires with a 1:10.8. I went the wrong way. Let's see if Street has invalidated. And see if Ozan can set a lap time. It's very close to the wall, but has kept it clean and got a 1:11.9. Yes, I got a bit of a hiccup. And here we see Pi, Zach and Jonesy on their outlaps. Sharpie as well coming out now. You can see drivers. Lewis has gone second with a 1:10.0. So about 3 tenths back from Chervo. And Gronfeld still P3. Brenty is P4 with a 1:10. Scratch that. Panda is P4, but Street has crashed. Who can we go on board with to see that? And it is... Ooh, that's an odd place. Panda is anyways on P4 as Ozan goes into the pits. We'll go on board with Jones then, who starts their lap. So now it's gone. Hopefully it didn't affect Jones in the slightest. 19.7 in the first sector on the mediums for Jones as well. So did decide to change the compound. Street he did a 1:21.0. It's not a time in inside the 107% rule, so it won't count. Jonesy now coming through to set a lap time. Gets the chicane full on right, and Jonesy goes P5. Zach goes P4. And puts Jonesy down into 6th. 1:10.4 for Jonesy. 1:10.257 for Zach. As we see Sharpie go purple. 1:09.705. Just ahead of Shervo. That was a bit unexpected, but I'm very pleased. Pleasantly surprised. see Pi coming through now to set A1. 10-5 goes P9. Will now go on board with the championship leader of skills, Dan. Dan goes back into the pits, so we will not go on board with Dan. We'll jump on board with Uzuri. Uzuri improving in Sector 1. He needs to find quite a lot of time, so probably made a mistake somewhere. I just wanted to get a time on the board. It's a very tricky track, very hard on track limits, and especially the final chicane is very, very annoying to get through. Zuri now. Oh, gets it wrong and invalidates, and that's a 2-lap invalidation, unfortunately. Spillage is not going on a lap. Gronefeld 109.8. P3 behind Shervo. Very good lap from Gronefeld. On old tires as well. Just trying to push their way in to Q2. Of course, with 20 drivers in, we have the good old bottom 5 going out each and every round. Ozan, Stan, old teammate. Oh, invalidates in the final chicane, which is very easy to do. So we will go on board with Dan for the outlap for the following hot lap. So Dan you know has great pace. So far it's looking very solid. But it's not looking like they're pushing, and no, there's no ERS being used on that McLaren, so Ozan, of course, invalidation ×2. Uzuri now goes into the pits. Kleppy coming through. We will see what Dan does on the timing screen. A 1:13.1, that's not what we expect from Dan. Kleppy now 1:10.6 goes P11, very good lap from Kleppy. Hoskent 1:24, that's not representative. Zach absolutely nails the chicane, but gets a bit edgy on the exit, but goes P4, 1:09.9. Jones is going slow. is improving, and it's purple through the second sector. Dan is crossing the line now. Goes P4, 1099. Pi is coming through now. Looks very clean through the final chicane. Where will it end? 1:10.5. No improvement for Pi. Stays P12. Klep is improving through sector 1. Klep is really pushing. He wants to make it through to Q2. Ooh, a bit. Chain has dropped 1.5 tenths. It's not over. Unfortunately can't get any slipstream from the McLaren, so we'll just have to absolutely send it now. Goes into bits, will have time, I think, to get the turnaround. Not quite sure of the timing, because there is a yellow flag. But Usuri, 2 minutes 10. It will be tight, but I think he can manage it. Be quick about it. Zuri is coming through now and has found 4 attempts, but that is not enough. They need to find a bit more time. Zuri gets it right this time. How much time have they found? It's a 1:12.4. It's not enough. It's still half a second back from Ozan, who is on a lap as well. Kleppy really not knows, so Kleppy is done. Ooh, looks a bit dodgy through there. How much time has Ozan found or lost? Going up towards its 400. He needs to find a bit more time than that. Spectic is out. Spectic is in the pits and doesn't have time, obviously, to oh, and that's a Williams. That's Uzuri out. Ozan improves by 2 attempts, but it's not enough. Ozan has another lap though. Giffy. It's the only 2 on track. Giffy has retired on track. That, I think, isn't allowed. Hopefully car didn't affect Ozan, who is coming through now. It looks decent through there. Have they found any time though? No, it's 7 attempts, so Ozan is out of qualifying in Q1. Spectic, Ozan, Uzuri, Street, and Stooge is out. Stooge never got out to set a time. But he said he was joining late. He just managed to get in to the lobby. Ozan, please retire. So we are waiting for. Oh, there we go. So Q2 is coming up in just a moment's time. So Q1 then ends with Stooge in 20th Street in 19th. Uzuri goes out. Ozan and Spectic also just outside the top 15. And now we will have the qualifying, which decides which tires you're gonna be on for the start of the race, at least for the top 10. Obviously that's not the case next season. Here we are then. So interesting to see which tires people decide to go on. Now the drivers can come out quite quickly since the setups are already done. So I think Lewis, as usual, first out. Lewis really likes to be out early. This track is a bit of a dilemma, at least in my head, because you want as little fuel as possible. Okay, beautiful camera angle there. Thanks, game. But we have the issue of you want as little fuel as possible to go as fast as possible, but you also want, or at least I would want, maybe an extra lap to be able to go for another lap if you were to invalidate. So I wonder if anyone here has maybe 4 laps of fuel instead of 3, to make sure they can do another lap. Lewis now starting the first lap of Q2. Lewis now. To the second chicane. This track has a lot of chicanes. Oh, and Lewis invalidates just at the end of the lap, and that's a 2-lap invalidation as well. Yep, so first across the line is Panda with a 110.3. Kleppy with a 111. Brenty with a 110. Commons. Coming through now. Fosket 111.7. That's Sack starting a lap. Spillage goes quickest so far, 110.2. Cheryl, no, it's Jonesy going fastest, 110.2 as well. 5,000. Commons now coming through towards the line, goes P5, 110.7, very good. Here is Jedbo and absolutely nails it. And Chervo goes 109.8, quickest of everyone on the mediums. Very impressive. Dan beginning the lap, Gronveld beginning a lap. We see a couple of drivers actually coming through for another bit of it. Klepke goes P5. Brenty on the mediums tries again. It's very tight so far. We go on board with Gronveld as we see Zach going P2, 109.9. I think it was Foskett. 111.7. 6-0, almost a full second behind Icommon so far. Gronveld on the mediums. You can see both the Mercedes cars going to the pits, and the McLaren of Pi starting a lap. And Dan going P3 as well, 110.1. Gronveld P11 only with a 114.8. Let's see if Gronveld goes for another lap. I would assume so. Yeah. Zach is into the pits as well. Also invalidate comments. Gronveld is up, down, ahead, up, down, left, right. Gronveld purple in the second sector. Question is that actual purple, or is it compared to Foskett purple? Because that is an issue on this game, unfortunately. Gronveld coming through now. Doesn't invalidate there, and that's the crucial part. Gronveld now with a 1:10.3, improves by 4 seconds and goes P7. But I don't think that's enough. 2,000 behind Panda. Very, very tight. As we see Lewis beginning a new hot lap. Actually Pi is invalid, so we will go on board with Lewis for the rest of the lap. It's saying purple, but I don't believe it, because it's Lewis' first lap. Basically F1 is stupid, so yeah, let's stick with it. Lewis now through the hairpin. Let's see where this ends up. Can get a cheeky toe now from the Haas of Giffy Boy. Doesn't invalidate this time, Lewis. Where will it be? 1:09.661 P1 for Lewis the Beaker. A very, very good lap from the Alpha Tauri driver, as we see Giffy Boy invalidate. So we will go on board with Brenty to see if they can find, was that 7,000s to get ahead of Kleppy. Brenty on the mediums, really wants that medium start. As we have BG saying, oh for fuck's sake, Lewis. Yeah, you have a different name here. But Brenty has found time and is currently ahead of Kleppy. If they can keep this. Oh yeah, I would be impressed if a 1096 would be on mediums, but a 1096 is still very, very quick. Bronte has aborted, so probably just not that quick. Ah, terrible. Well, a 1096 is very, very quick because I can't get into the nines, I think. So yeah, it's quick. Sharpie, for a second looked like it had no wing, but isn't pushing. And we'll go on board with Gronefeld, who feels the time on mediums wasn't enough. So it's now on the softs to try. Oh, and invalidates. Does have time though, so not to worry. Panda. Actually, Pi is a lot further ahead, so we'll go on board with Pi, who still hasn't set a time. So let's see where it ends up. Pi needs to beat a 10.428. I think Pi can do it. Oh, wasn't a perfect chicane. 1:10.47 is so close. 35 hundredths behind Brenty and another 7 behind Kleppy. 10,000, that is. So very, very tight field. Oh, Kleppy. Yeah. Oh, and that's a car in the wall. It's Pi. The Pi. What happened to Pi? Let's see. I have no idea if that's an intentional. Ah, now I get it. I'm not quick enough to do a 1096 on mediums. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because a 1096 is quick. Let's see, Jonesy. Oh, and Giffy Boy has crashed. We'll go on board with Brenty as we see. Oh, I'm so sorry, Jonesy. Oh, that's very, very bad. But Jonesy 1096. Oh, Gronefeld smashes it 1094. Wasn't happy with the time on mediums. Probably wouldn't have made it through on mediums, but now has solidified their place in Q3. Panda. Still 1:40 to go, so still time for someone like Spillage or Dan to come out if they feel the need to. Dan, obviously on mediums, wants to keep that. You can see the tires that want to set their time on. Brenty goes P5. Very, very good job from Brenty. And we see Kleppy also have. Now Panda's for the back. It's Fosket, but Fosket is starting their lap. Kleppy finds the time, goes P9 and has time to do another lap. Spillage is in the drop zone and doesn't have time any longer. Will Panda get it? Panda goes P10. Spillage is out. Spillage is out. Well, Spillage is on an outlap. Will Spillage have the time? I don't think so. Well, maybe can cut a few corners. Jones is going into the pits. Rent is not going for it. Kleppy isn't going for it. Panda isn't. We have comments. Comments has invalidated. Does comments have the time? Takes a bit of a shortcut. What is the time saying? I can't see. There's yellow flags. Oh, it's out. Oh, there it is. Checkered flag. Commons and Foskett is out. Panda sneaks through. Spillage tried it but couldn't make it. That must be so depressing for Spillage. But at the same time, Spillage has free choice of tires for the start and is in a tactical pole position. As I like to say, I comment retires. Incredible. Gronfeld's time looked really good on soft. Yeah, a 1094 is very, very quick. I think you can get a 1092 maybe. Like someone like Gronfeld. You're very quick as well, so you can probably get down to that sort of range, 1093 for. I'm obviously expecting Dan around that same time, Lewis as well. So yeah, Q3 is gonna be a very, very interesting one. But Panda and Kleppy sneaks through into Q3. Spillage and Pie, the Welsh guys, will have a Welsh 6th row on the grid. Commons and Foskett on the 7th row, and Giffy Boy in the Haas will go P15. And now it's the shootout for the top 10 spots. I'm calling Groneveld for pole position. So here we are then, 12 minutes of fun. Everyone will obviously be on soft, so let's just ignore that and just enjoy the beautiful views. Lewis first out again. You do know there's no prize to being out first at all. There is literally no reason, but Lewis does what Lewis does, and it has been working decently so far. Lewis being, if I can find URC. Forever standing. This is after round 3, so let's build Lewis P5 currently. And I haven't seen the results for United States Grand Prix when I was away. Lewis comes through and starts the top 10 shootout right here, right now, and it's a yellow flag. Zach has binned it. Zach has absolutely binned it. On the outlap, Zach will start P10. Unless, oh, Lewis has invalidated. Dan is the furthest car right now. But unless anyone underneath Zach right now also crashes, we will have Zach in P10. Also be P10 and P15 at the start of the race. Last time I was commentating, oh Dan in the wall, but 4 tires on the car, which can't be said. Dan with a 1:14.8. I'm expecting Chedo to absolutely smash that when coming through here. 1:94, and we already have exactly what I said. When Josie goes P2, Clippy P3, 109, 109.7 and 110.1 respectively. Roanfeld, Sharpie P3. So I get another message. Lewis now. Is pushing. But it's looking slow. Maybe has done a recharge lap. Actually scratched that. 109.567. Very quick lap. And it's about a 10th behind. As terrible smashes it. 109.1. I did not expect that. Groenfeld just underneath the 109.5 with a 109.499. The Ferrari now of Brendy. Let's see here what the Ferrari driver can do. Brendy. 110.2 goes P7 so far. I'll go on board with Panda, Williams driver, who has impressed so far. And very quick. We also see Dan on another long lap. And with a fresh front wing, which is nice to see. And I'm expecting 109.3 from Dan. I also think Dan is on a scrubbed set of tires for this one, and we'll use the fresh set at the end of Q3. The Panda started their lap and won a 19.6 in the first sector, showing purple. So let's see, second sector, have to get that right. At least it didn't get it wrong. Of course you're happy with that. That's a 109.1. Panda didn't look to be purple in sector 2. Who gets that absolutely right? Let's see what Panda does. 1:10.1. And speaking of Dan, let's see what skills Dan can do coming through here. Gets it right this time and does a 1:09.6. And I suspect that these are scrubbed. But now it's back to the pits for everyone, and we are gonna have a last minute showdown. Look at some of these times, by the way. 1:09.499, 1:09.567, 1:09.750, 1:09.787, 1:09.796. It's just incredible. Let's see who ends up first. I think Sharpie is the lead car here in the Alpine. And only needs to find 500ths and will move up 2 spots. So yeah, it's a very interesting one. The drivers coming out with a bit of time, so want to have the chance for 2 laps. You see Cheval coming out, I guess Groenfeld will come out in just a minute. You see the cars letting each other by. No one really wants to be first. You want to get a cheeky slipstream. But of course, through sector 1 and 2 you'll be very hindered. Let's see here, Sharpie does not invalidate on the first chicane. It's just slightly behind. Maybe can find some time through sector 2. There's a yellow flag. That's Dan on an outlap. So I think my suspicions was right. Dan went in and got the fresh tires on. Sharpie finding a lot of time in sector 2. Quickest through sector 2 as well. Purple shining on the track map. Let's see what Sharpie can do then. Ooh, takes a lot of curb but doesn't invalidate actually. 1:09.4 goes P2 so far. Has time for a push lap if it's instant. Oh, and Chervo with the double invalidation. Chervo will not be able to improve. Lewis, slight improvement P3. Kleppy. And this is Dan beginning the lap. We'll go on board with Brenty coming through. 109.8. Very good. It's Kronfeld beginning their lap. Jonesy now. 1:09.494. 5 thousandths ahead of Kronfeld. Has Sharpie gone for it again? Yes. Have they found any time? Equal. That's impressive. Chervo actually didn't have the double invalidation, but now will not improve. Lewis does improve because P2 puts Sharpie in P3 so far. Kleppy. Dan goes P4 with a 9.472. Brenty goes into the pits. Let's see what Kronfeld gets. P3 1:09.2. And Jonesy retires on track. I'm guessing it's not a rule then. So Chervo gets pole. By almost 2/10. No, 200, sorry. Which is incredibly close. And of course, Chervo didn't improve. Kronfeld only 75, or 0.075 behind. So a very, very close qualifying as usual here in URC. Sharpie just ahead of Dan, who's just ahead of Jonesy in P6. Panda P7, Brenty, Kleppy, Zach unfortunately crashed early on and is out. Chervo was a tiny bit up and just sent it through the final chicane. That's the spirit. So now we have slight wait whilst the drivers are setting strategies, maybe changing some bits and bobs on the setup, maybe adding a click or taking away a click of downforce. Changing tire pressures, changing fuel loads. Now they only have 20 seconds to do so. So a very, very interesting race, of course. The lights are coming on. We have the 5 red lights. The lights are out. Chervo gets a decent start, but Lewis on the soft tires gets alongside, and now on the inside has the better tires and goes through. Kronfeld, can they follow? Oh, side by side through the pit chicane. Chervo takes to the grass and has lost 2 positions at the start. Lewis is absolutely flying. Dan is down into P5. Sharpie with a good start. Let's see here. Leffy looking. Oh, and can't quite get it through. But now, second part. Oh, Kleppy has gone ahead. Zach now side by side with Pi. Who has the better top end? Of course, with the car ahead moving. Wait, side by side. Will we have 3 wide? No. As we have Jonesy into the pits. Jonesy into the pits. Zach is ahead. Giffy side by side with Pi. And has the inside for turn 2. It ends up behind. What a start. And now Pi is having a look. Oh, and that's iCommons in the wall. No front wing at all for the Aston Martin driver. And we have cars further up the field. We're having a look at each other's street. And 4 cars fighting beautifully as we have a battle for the lead. Lewis the Beaker loses the lead to Grunfeld, but Slipstream and ERS deployment. But Grunfeld keeps ahead as the DRS gets enabled. Get the position changes up, and we can see Grunfeld has had an incredible couple of laps. Street and Stooge with 6 places up respectively. Jonesy making it 11 places lost. And Uzuri with tonight's first 3-second time penalty. And Grunfeld is pulling away from Lewis the Beaker. Mighty quick Grunfeld. Will have to show me some of those moves. As we see Ozen getting ahead. Oh, and Brent is out. That's gonna be a safety car, isn't it? Yeah. Called it. Because, to be fair, it's a pretty bad spot. The street. A couple of cars in. You see, these guys have already been in. So at least they can get back. The question is, what do the leaders decide to do? We can put on these. And Brenty, of course, decides to leave. Which is totally fair. Understandable. They do decide to go in to the pit. Sharpie stays out on the soft tires. Is now in P2. Dan on the mediums P3. Panda also staying out on the softs. Interesting choices. Zach also stays out P5. Steve has gone for soft tires. This is gonna be interesting. If I started on softs, I would probably go for mediums. Um, maybe hard, I'm not sure. It depends on how I think they feel. I'll probably go mediums because then you can go another set of mediums if needed, or if a safety car comes out a bit later you can go softs to the end. Just opens you up to strategy calls later in the race. So it will be very interesting to see what Sharpie, Panda and Zack decides to do. Also Street, who is on the soft, will be very quick compared to some of these guys. At the start. Yeah, we're just waiting for Street and the rest of the gang to catch up. Obviously Street don't want to go too fast because it will wear out the tires. The safety car is in this lap, which is the message we love to see. And Chervo is in control of the field, can back it up quite a lot now. Because as soon as that safety car is in the pits, Chervo decides, and Chervo can decide when to go. Going very, very quick down this straight. I would think it would be going slower, but Chervo has gone and has caught Sharpie out of it. No one really getting a great restart. Chervo with quick restart, allowing not allowing cars to bunch up, which is an interesting idea. You can see Dan right on the back of Sharpie and Lewis picking up a 36 time penalty. Oh, I think there has been a mishap. Rosen. No, Stooge. Get a no. Okay, sorry. We'll go back to this fight here. Where Dan is hunting the Alpine of Sharpie. Sharpie on very old softs now. There's a couple of laps on the car, but also these tires have been qualified on. And keeping an eye as well on Street. Street isn't making too much progress. We'll go further down, watching the net race leader, the race leader before the safety car. Yeah, net race leader because everyone in front has to hit Lewis and Gronfeld. Gold, of course, has a 3-second buffer now to Lewis, as we see Grover going around the outside and Jones is out. And it's another safety car. Ice. And now Zach, Panda and Sharpie have to pit. And yeah, they'll unfortunately lose out more than they would have had to if they pit last time. Now they'll be almost lost. We can see some guys going in for fresh mediums. I'm not sure who has started on which tire now. Someone like Ozen might go on softs now to get them out of play. And this is why I would have wanted to pit. Sorry for the silence, having to do a bit of admin in another league. To summarize, someone like Ozen. Actually, let's check. Just because I can, you guys can see after the race. So I'm not gonna say, but I know what. I know the exact thing now. The reason I won't say is because I know some of you are listening to this during the race. So yeah, I can talk about it after, but now the safety car is coming in. So once again, Chedwell is in control. I'm gonna go for the cinematic views. Has bolted. He kept Dan as unaware as they used to do on Sharpie, and Dan is really close. Rover as well, really hunting. The problem for Chevron and Dan is they have to pit Grunfeld and Lewis if they treat their tires right. They can go to the end. Let's see if Sharpie can make the move. Has an audacious look on the outside, and now it's compromised. So Panda has a run, looks to the inside, looks to the outside, decides to stay back. Tried but couldn't quite. Is he Zuri losing spaces? Also making moves. And of course on soft tires. The only one on soft tires will be very, very quick. Sharpie now. Going around the outside. Beautiful. Beautiful move from Sharpie up into P5. Let's check on Gronfeld, who is right on the back of Dan. Dan, who is trying to find a way past Chervo as well. Oh, and Lewis with a bit, Gronfeld with a bit of oversteer. Losing some time. Couldn't quite get it. Now Panda with a very good run on Kleppy. But isn't close enough. Giffy Boy with a 3-second time penalty. We will have a look at the time penalties closer to the end of the race. Hoskett is very, very close. Has a look, but doesn't go for it. And Panda has picked up a 3-second time penalty. And Spectic has as well. Now we will go up to the lead group with Chervo heading the train ahead of Dan and Gronfeld. Lewis is clinging on dear life. Now DRS will open up on the cars. And Dan under threat from Gronfeld, but Gronfeld can't get close enough because of Dan's DRS as well. And Sharpie is also in this 5-car train. And now then, Chervo, no DRS for Chervo. Dan has a look, but doesn't go for it. Now, who has the best exit? Dan had a bit of oversteer. I think Gronfeld had a slight bit of oversteer as well. Can't get close enough, and Chervo keeps P1. Lewis has dropped out of DRS. Needs to find that little bit of time to get back in it, and has managed to do so. Gronfeld looks down Dan's inside. Gronfeld doesn't go for it. And he's Street making a move as well. P11 would look away. We can see Pi as well, very, very close to Kleppy. We can't quite get that move done. So now go down the straight one more time. This 5-car train, 4 DRS cars. And now we can see Dan making the move on Chervo. Gronfeld makes it just switch side by side. Gronfeld forces Chervo to take a bit of curbage, and Chervo will drop to P4 as Lewis gets around the outside beautifully as well. And Sharpie stuck in P5. The train is a bit too big for Sharpie. Can't quite use everyone else, like Gronfeld for example, and also Lewis. This was a Gronfeld going by actually with the help of some DRS, and he's now in the lead. But of course Dan has managed to stay on and was behind at the DRS detection point, which is just off the chicane. And nowadays, usually, before it was almost in the middle of that chicane. Now Dan goes by fairly easily, and of course this is only one detection point, so Lewis gets by a defenseless Grunfeld. Sharpie has gone ahead of Chervil. And is in P4. Just needs to cling on to Grunfeld. But of course, with Dan and Lewis and Grunfeld fighting, it will be very easy to stay on. And Zach might be joining this train in the not too distant future. Obviously Dan and Cherbo will have to pit at some point. So, as we can see, Grunfeld got by Lewis. So we can have a beautiful view of Lewis and Grunfeld going side by side, everyone flashing left and right. Grunfeld gets it, and Lewis loses out big time after having to go on the escape road, and now Chervo gets the move. Damn, I was close to saying, but Lewis the Beaker fights back. The problem for these guys now is that Sharpie is 1.5 seconds up the road and Lewis have no DRS anymore. So now they will have to use each other. And now Zach has joined this battle and has joined the second train. Beefy Boy gets a 3 second time penalty. I think that's at least 6 seconds for Beefy Boy, which of course isn't ideal. You can see Grunfeld now flying past Dan. Sharpie now having the DRS on. Sharpie will stay in P3 for now. But now Dan has actually dropped out of the DRS for Grunfeld, and this is a crucial part of the race now, with Dan holding up Sharpie now. Also being able likely see Sharpie fly by. Now the question is, can Zach get ahead of Chervo? Chervo, of course, on very old tires now. Chervo gets a very good chicane and goes down the inside of Lewis. Lewis tries to switch back line. Actually, it sticks a nose up there, but can't quite get it. Zach is hanging on there, and Sharpie has now caught up to Grunfeld and will use that. Sharpie, of course, not making a move, want the slipstream. Of course, the DRS detection point is very early on. Now Lewis. We can see Sharpie going by. We can see Lewis have flown by. And it's a virtual safety car. Someone has hit the wall. See when this virtual safety car ends, who can get the best exit. Brothel pits, and now the safety car comes in. That's unfortunate. So the two net race leaders have pitted, which leaves Sharpie almost 3 seconds up the field. Now it's 3 seconds, as I have lost the intervals. We'll just have to wait until they cross the line. But I will do my best in the meantime. Geeky Boy's out. Looks to the pitch? Question mark? No, that's very dangerous and realistically should be another safety car, but thankfully, for my sake, there isn't. And now Jedwell opens up the rear wing. This is that. Moving around a bit on the straight. This looked like it. Zach goes into the pits. Dan goes into the pits. But Jedwell has stayed out. Jedwell getting free DRS. And Sharpie is pulling away. He's pulled over a second, 4.3 seconds now. Sharpie has really impressed me this race. As we see Chadable and Pi going into the pits now. So Sharpie is in the lead. Put on the soft tires and will be mighty quick. Rumpel on the mediums. Fastest lap of the race, 1:11.048. Panda. Racing out more and more. Grunfeld easily makes that pass. But with 12 laps and younger tires. flag. That is a Kleppy without a front wing, and Dan has got a 3-second time penalty. That is very, very crucial. That is incredibly crucial for the race. And we will have to keep an eye. Oh, as Kleppy has gotten a drive-through. And that is gonna hurt. Is he hiding with Zach? And I think safety car detection point is somewhere down there. And there's another safety car. Because someone has hit the wall of champions. We have 3 cars on Haas. They will definitely be boxing. I'm expecting. Oh no, Sharpie has been caught. Grofeld hasn't gone into the pits. I am actually a bit surprised by that. Now the question is, what does everyone do? Sharpie is obviously a bit stuck, but if I'm Sharpie, I still pit, because Grofeld has a lapped car between. Oh, that's actually quite a buffer. Oh, and the Suri unlapped themselves. Maybe the game did allow it this time, which would be actually very nice for Yuzuri. Yeah, that definitely helped. Grofeld is in the lead. Sharpie did pit for soft tires. So Grofeld is in the lead. Chervo has been quite lucky to be half a second behind Grofeld now on soft tires with 10 laps to go. I'll be back in just a second. back. We can see what tires everyone is on. We will swap this for penalties. You can see Pi has 9 seconds on the soft tires. The Pi is effectively out. Zach is on none, but on mediums. Chervo is looking very, very good right now with the safety car coming in this lap. Kleppy having a drive here as well to serve at some point. Zuri trying to catch back up to the field. Will manage. Now Groenveld is in control. And does Groenveld go? Safety car is in, so now it's up to Groenveld. Of course, on mediums compared to Chervo softs will be very interesting to see the battle. Oh, and has not managed to catch Chervo out, but Pi very, very close to Chervo. Of course, Dan on mediums once again, but is also on 3 seconds. Now Chervo needs to somehow get a car between themselves and Groenveld. Or Pi, sorry. Oh, and goes very deep, and that allows Pi to have a look, but Chervo obviously gets the great run along the straight. Chervo really needs this. Lewis up into P7. Lewis with 6 seconds. Currently drops somewhere around P12, P13. Needs to find a bit of time. You can see Chervo is actually dropping back from Groenveld. Groenveld is doing very, very good. Obviously those mediums is quite fresh. So will obviously be pretty quick, and Groenveld as well being a quick driver. Yeah, it will be very, very interesting. Obviously me and Groenveld had a bit of a battle in SPRC. So very interesting to see. As Lewis up into Sharpie up into P8. Now Panda getting by Dan. Dan down into P6. So Dan having a tough race. Canada maybe not one of the favorites. Spillage. Trying. Oh, and Pi is around and dropping way back down into P13. Very unfortunate, but that takes the pressure off Chervo, who has picked up a 3-second time penalty, which means Groenveld just needs to keep this clean. And Grunfeld will win. But it's easier said than done. Clefby with a 3-second time penalty. And with everyone except 4 people currently having penalties, I am not gonna do the maths when this ends. But Chervo really pushing now. Of course, when they picked up that 3-second time penalty, they got 3 new warnings to use, basically. So they can push quite hard for a couple of laps. Maybe force Grunfeld into a mistake and hope Grunfeld picks up a penalty somewhere. Chervo takes P1 on track. Needs to, and Grunfeld picks up 3 seconds. Grunfeld has picked up 3 seconds, and now Zach is in a net race lead. Right now, fighting for the win, needs to stay within 3 seconds of Chervo. And now Grunfeld. Let's see who wins the battle on track first of all. Grunfeld. Up into P1 to begin lap 33, and Dan picks up another 3-second time penalty. This is a very, very shocking sight. I'm not used to seeing Dan with penalties, let alone 6 seconds of them. Incredible. Trying to get close. Panda has gone up into P3 as well. In fact, I think if we do this to get to lead, currently Zach is 0.4 out. But obviously can use a bit of DRS on Panda. Now Chervo has managed to stay within that 1 second and will be able to use. Chervo is in a position where if they can manage to stay behind Grunfeld but stay within that DRS distance, they can save a bit of ERS for the final lap as we enter the penultimate lap. And Zach just outside the 3 seconds now. It will be very, very close for Zach up to P1. Currently 3.5 seconds, 3.6 seconds, and it all depends on how much Grunfeld and Chervo decides to battle as well. Chervo close now to Grunfeld, only 0.4 off. Panda is 3 seconds out. Zach is 0.8. As Dan is out. I can't shout, but Dan is out. The championship leader has had a horrible race. I'm very, very shocked by this. Chervo has a look, but doesn't go for it. Saves it for the final lap. We can see Zach closing in now on the 3 second. As Lewis picks up another 3 seconds, that's 9 seconds for the Alpha Tauri. And that will be very, very hard for Lewis. Um, we lose a couple of positions with that. Terrible pushing. So hard right now. I can only imagine. Groenveld still 0.7 ahead. Groenveld has had incredible pace, but so has Cherbo. As they go around for the final time, Stooge is out. But that won't affect anything. Cherbo is not gonna be close enough. Groenveld gets a good exit, and Groenveld comes across to take the finish line. And take the finish checkered flag first. Zag will get a podium. 1.6 seconds in the end. Couldn't quite get there. Lewis drops down to P8. Let's see, Ozan will drop Fosket. The Fosket gets P10 and the final point. Ozan just outside, unfortunately. And Pi with that unlucky spin and no front wing on this final lap. And absolutely sends it into the wall and retires. Zuri goes around to finish P12, and Kleppy, sorry, actually gets it on the line. Have you ever heard that? Yes. This track and Austria, if you remember the Christmas race. But yeah, Groenveld, incredible pace from the Dutch superstar. And a deserved win. Dutch-Danish superstar. I'm so sorry, Groenveld. I'm just so used to people being Dutch. Yeah, it was a horrible race. I don't like it. One bit. Groenveld, Alfa Romeo, is back on the top spot of the podium. Groenveld, the Danish superstar, wins ahead of Jervo. Zach gets P3, Sharpie P4, Panda P5, Street, iCommons, Lewis gets P8 in the end, Spillage P9, and Foskent just nips the final point ahead of Ozan. Kleppy P12, Uzuri P13, Pi, and Stooge. Dan also gets classified. The rest are out. Wow. I've definitely missed this. Yeah. Wow. Not much more to say. I've been your host, as usual. I'll be back next week. Thank you, Lewis. But thanks to everyone who watches this afterwards. I've been your host. See ya next time. Enjoy your night.